Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another Atlanta United video here. I wanted to talk a little bit about the actual game, so I'm going to throw the highlights in the beginning of the video and then have a little bit of FIFA on the back end of the video as well. So, talking about the game, it was 55,000 people. A little bit over that. It was the fourth highest attendance in the world. It was insane atmosphere. Here, when Yamil Assad scored this goal, I'm telling you, when the supporter section went insane, it went insane, and I almost died. Literally almost got trampled. If you guys see this back area right here where these flags are, where the black flag is in the crowd, that is where I'm at. I'll have a picture at the very end of this video of my seat where I'm at. The tifo was amazing. If you guys know what a tifo is, went over our heads. It was massive. It was really cool. It looked amazing on TV. So really proud to be a part of a lot of stuff. We had really good opportunities in this game, but we just weren't, I don't think, in my opinion, we were using our wingers to our best abilities. A lot of our chances came from our our left back and right back, Mears and Garza, which isn't a bad thing, but it definitely felt like we were missing out on actually using Assad and Villalba to their best ability at winger. Obviously Assad getting that goal, but I think we could have used him a little bit more on the flanks than we actually did. Here, this absolutely beautiful chance from Almiron. He ends up trying to chip it. If Joseph would have taken another step back and then ended up getting played onside by Almiron, it would have been a beautiful chance on goal, and we would have went 2-0 up, and the game would have been completely different from this point. The crowd's atmosphere was insane. We really thought we had this win. It was feeling really good, and then here in the last 15 minutes of the game, you just saw them New York starting to chip away at this team. And you know, we're a new team, Atlanta United, so when it comes to later parts of the game, and then we're playing a more veteran team, the best team arguably for the past few years in MLS, it was bound to happen. We were going to get scored on at some point and nearing the end of this game. Now, what I am going to say is, if anybody from the supporter section is watching my video, whenever Khan got scored on the first time, it was like the entire stadium was still behind him, and it was a beautiful thing. And here the second goal ends up going in. At this point, Perez had gone off for an injury. I think he had pulled something in his leg, so he ended up going off, and then we brought in Anton Walks. So we ended up bringing him in, and it was just a bad cross that ended up working out really well and bounced off of Anton's leg, and it ended up counting as an own goal. But the point I wanted to make as this game comes to a close is we have to stay behind our keeper. As much as, yeah, we would like Brad Guzan right now, it would be nice. Here, the red card, sorry, I'm going to sidetrack one more time. How was this a red card? I don't know. He literally brings his foot up. He never even actually steps on the player. You can watch this. That's why I put it in the video. Watch it as many times as you want, but that man never stepped on him. And Red Bulls, I lost so much respect for Red Bulls because of the way that they ended this game. They spent the last 5 to 10 minutes literally just falling on the ground and acting as if they were injured the whole freaking time. So, anyways, like I said, I just want to get the highlights out of here. We're going to talk about my experience through the rest of this video while the rest of the gameplay is going on in the background. Atlanta United still not added into the game, so we're still going to go with our career mode. So the players are weird, the numbers are weird. Sorry, it's pre-recorded gameplay that I've had for a while now. But we have to stay behind our keeper. Khan was making mistakes. He knows his mistakes that he's making, and he's going to make adjustments. But every time he got the ball and he wasn't kicking the ball fast enough, even though, yes, I'm sitting there thinking, yes, please just kick the ball, get it out, don't wait for Wright Phillips to run up at you because he's the fastest player in the league. He's going to steal the ball away from you. But like, people were screaming at him, and then he kicks the ball and it goes out of bounds, completely miscuing with what he wanted to do. And you could just see it on his face. He was flustered. He just let 2 goals in. Even when he only let 1 goal in, it was like he just wasn't comfortable. And even the people that I went to the game with, I wish I would have just told to shut up and just let the man play the game. because honestly, I think that second goal came down to nerves as well, as much as it was just kind of miscue and kind of misread on the whole situation. We could have definitely dealt with the situation better, is I guess what I'm trying to get at. Other than that, the entire experience was incredible. Like I said, 55,000 people in the stands. Every single one of them just absolutely mind-blowingly crazy the whole time. The chants we had going. Maybe I'll put out a video at some point actually going through the chants. I'm hopefully going to record it the next game. This one I didn't want to because I was sitting at the very front of the supporters section, probably where I'm going to be most of the season, but like I said, when that first goal happened, I think I almost died, and I definitely would have dropped my camera. So I don't know how much I really want to do. I may end up recording at like tailgates and stuff, trying to get some good footage and pictures there. And then maybe I'll actually do the march into the stadium this time. This past time, I just wanted to make sure I was one of the first people in the stadium, so I ended up not doing the supporter march. But I'll definitely get some different scenes this time. I probably won't like capture goals on, and we'll still end up putting like highlights in and stuff like that. But just to give you guys a perspective from the supporter section, I'll definitely get some sort of video highlight for you in the next one and not have to use like the MLS version like I did this time. Other than that, like I said, game was incredible, atmosphere was amazing, the chants, even while we were down, the supporter section just stayed behind them the whole time. The entire stadium ended up getting behind them, and it was just such an amazing environment that I can't believe that I was a part of it. I couldn't believe that I was a part of a 55,000 person crowd for soccer in Atlanta in America. And like I said, 4th highest attendance, and that was beating out an Arsenal and Liverpool game. Obviously doesn't mean as much right now because it was a battle for 5th place, but still, incredible game, incredible atmosphere. What else is there to touch on? I don't really know. Like I said, I think the game could have been played differently, and I think we'll see a different team going into this Minnesota game. I had a comment on my last video, my Arsenal video, asking, do I really think they're going to be able to win in such cold conditions? I do, because we have a bunch of players that I think are going to be comfortable with it. Assad has already kind of said that he's worried about the cold, but Garza's used to it. Parkhurst is used to it. Mears is definitely used to it, coming from the Northwest area. He's definitely used to the cold. So we have players that are going to be very comfortable with what they're doing. I think Mears even said that he'd rather play in 20-degree weather and not 100-degree weather, which he's definitely going to have to deal with in Atlanta. So we'll see how that ends up going. Another thing I wanted to touch on was kind of some transfer rumors that I've heard going on. I believe, if we haven't already, we will be signing another keeper from Peru. I think it's like the 2nd division in Peru, so it's just another backup keeper for us. But, just bringing somebody else in to help Khan kind of learn things, to make himself a better keeper in the long run, and then obviously have Guzan come in at the next window. So the other transfer window update rumor that I heard was possibly signing Mike Hahn. I know he's a free agent right now. We're talking about the one that played, I think, most recently. I might be wrong. I can't remember for sure, but it might be Roma. But he played for Man City for a season, if you guys do remember him. 33-year-old. I don't think we need another older veteran right back in, because I do think that Mears is the better player, and I think he can definitely start in the team. So I'm not too worried about bringing another one in. I think we need to focus a little bit more on the depth at center back, just in case Perez ends up going out injured again. Anton is definitely a very young player, and I don't think he was ready to go in with that atmosphere and that much responsibility on his shoulders. It was a bad time for such a young center back to have his debut for a new club, new country even. So there's just a lot of things that I think, if they would have gone in our way, we would have won that game. That ref easily, Geiger, I believe is his last name, is by far the worst ref in MLS, and it's been known for multiple years that he is. He's very biased. He's very unruly. He doesn't really follow any sort of mindset when it comes to his refereeing. So here's my problem. If he was gonna do what he wanted, like with that red card, he should have been like that from the beginning. He should have been really strict since the beginning. He should have given yellow cards to both Atlanta United and Red Bulls the entire game, because there were so many challenges that deserved red cards, or yellow cards rather, to actually build up to the fact that he just gave a red card for no goddamn reason. And I apologize for the language, whatever, because that moment was just so stupid that we got a red card for that, because now we're going to be without Carmona in the next game, which arguably, is it going to be that big of a deal? I don't know, because we have Chris McCann, so I think we'll be fine, and also Lorenowitz. But to have him go out of the game completely killed off any momentum that we might have had to come back into that game. Just so many bad calls from him, and then like not, at least, I don't know, not carding them, but giving us a foul whenever they were wasting time consistently because they were falling down on the pitch. They weren't even like getting hit or anything before they just fell to the pitch and acted like they were hurt, and then they got up completely fine 45 seconds later. Again, I lost so much respect for Red Bulls in that game, and I really wish things would have gone differently in my eyes for them, and then obviously in the game in general. But that is going to be the end of this episode. Like I said, I'm going to end you with a picture of me that ended up getting taken from the supporters section. It should be where I'm at most of the time. You're going to see me on the very right side of the picture, not paying attention to the picture because I'm watching the game way too much, just cheering for my club, doing what I can. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, I will see you guys later.